Have you ever felt that no matter how hard you try, prosperity seems to slip through your fingers like water? That feeling that others around you are flourishing while you remain stuck in the same place? I understand that struggle. Today, I'm sharing something that found me during my darkest financial moment when bills were piling up and opportunities seemed to vanish before my eyes. What I'm about to share isn't just another prosperity technique. This is a sacred connection, a bridge between your deepest desires and the abundant universe that has been waiting for you to simply ask in the right way. This prayer emerged from ancient wisdom, yet speaks directly to our modern challenges. I want you to know something important. This isn't about instant riches or magical thinking. True prosperity unfolds like a flower, with perfect timing and divine order. But what I can promise you is that this prayer opens doors that have remained stubbornly closed before. There's something extraordinary about speaking words that have been carefully crafted to align your spirit with abundance. When I first discovered this prayer, I approached it with skepticism. How could words change my financial reality? Yet within weeks, opportunities began appearing in the most unexpected places, not through coincidence, but through alignment. What makes this prayer different is that it addresses prosperity at its root, not just money, but the entire ecosystem of abundance. Relationships that support you, ideas that inspire you, and yes, the financial flow that sustains you. It works on multiple dimensions simultaneously. You might be wondering why some people seem naturally blessed with abundance while others struggle despite their best efforts. I've discovered that prosperity isn't random. It follows specific spiritual laws that this prayer helps you activate and align with. Take a moment to imagine what your life would look like with true prosperity flowing through it. Not just financial ease, but that sense of being fully supported by life itself. That peaceful certainty that your needs will be met, allowing you to focus on what truly matters to you. This prayer creates a shift in your relationship with prosperity itself. Instead of seeing abundance as something external that you must chase, you'll begin recognizing it as your natural state, your birthright that's been waiting for you to claim it. I believe you were guided to this moment for a reason. Perhaps something in your spirit has been searching for exactly this connection, this key that unlocks your prosperity consciousness. There are no accidents in the spiritual journey. What I'm sharing today has transformed not just my financial situation, but my entire understanding of what prosperity truly means. And I believe with absolute certainty that it can do the same for you if you approach it with openness and faith. Are you ready to step into this new relationship with abundance? To speak words that have helped countless others break through their financial barriers? To allow prosperity to find you instead of exhausting yourself trying to find it? Let's begin this journey together, a journey that starts with acknowledgement of where you are, but doesn't end there. This is about transformation, about becoming the person who naturally attracts prosperity in all its forms. What you're about to experience is both ancient and timeless, a prayer that speaks to the part of you that already knows abundance is your natural state. Do you wake up sometimes with that heaviness in your chest, wondering if financial struggle will be your constant companion? That moment when you check your bank account and your heart sinks because once again, there's more month than money? I've been there too. Remember that feeling when unexpected bills arrive and you have to choose which ones to pay this month? Or when your children ask for something simple and you have to say not now even though you desperately wish you could say yes? That quiet shame that comes when friends suggest going out and you have to make excuses because your budget won't allow it? How many nights have you spent staring at the ceiling, calculating and recalculating, trying to make numbers work that simply won't add up? The mental exhaustion of constantly thinking about money, not because you're greedy, but because you just want enough to breathe, to live without that constant pressure. Perhaps you've experienced that sinking feeling when opportunities pass you by because you couldn't afford to invest in yourself. That course, that tool, that chance that might have changed everything. Or maybe you felt the frustration of working hard, doing everything right, yet watching others with less dedication somehow prosper more easily. What about the strain financial pressure puts on your relationships? The arguments that start with money but quickly spiral into deeper wounds? The way scarcity makes us smaller, more fearful, less able to give of ourselves generously? Some of you might be carrying financial wounds from childhood, Memories of lack, of parents struggling, of learning early that money was a source of stress rather than possibility. Those early experiences shaped how you relate to prosperity now, creating invisible barriers you might not even recognize. Others among you have experienced sudden financial loss, a business failure, a job termination, a medical emergency that drained your savings. The trauma of watching security crumble overnight leaves scars that make it hard to trust in abundance again. Maybe you've tried everything: budgeting apps, side hustles, financial seminars, positive affirmations, yet that breakthrough remains elusive. Each attempt that doesn't yield results leaves you more discouraged, more convinced that perhaps prosperity simply isn't in your stars. I understand the spiritual questioning that comes with financial struggle too. The nights spent wondering, why not me, God? Haven't I been faithful? Haven't I worked hard? Haven't I tried to do good? That crisis of faith when prayers for provision seem to go unanswered while bills continue to mount. For some of you, it's not absolute poverty you're experiencing, but a chronic sense of restriction, always having just enough to get by, but never enough to thrive, to grow, to give as generously as your heart desires. That glass ceiling on your prosperity that seems unbreakable. Perhaps most painful is the sense of separation financial struggle creates. Separation from opportunity, from experiences, from fully participating in life. It's as if you're watching the world through a window, seeing others enjoy the feast of life while you remain outside. The exhaustion of this struggle affects everything: your health, your creativity, your ability to be present with loved ones. When financial worry becomes your constant companion, it steals more than money. It steals your peace, your joy, your sense of possibility. I want to acknowledge something important. Your financial situation is not a reflection of your worth. It doesn't define your value, your potential, or your place in God's heart. Financial struggle is not a spiritual judgment against you, but I also want you to know this truth that I've discovered on my own journey. Prosperity is indeed available to you. The barriers between you and abundance, whether they're practical circumstances, limiting beliefs, or spiritual blockages, can be transformed through the right connection with the divine source of all provision. You were not created for constant struggle. The same Creator who designed the abundant universe, who causes seeds to multiply into harvests, who created systems of perpetual renewal and growth, desires prosperity for you too. Not just survival, but thriving. That's why what I'm about to share with you now isn't just another technique or quick fix. It's a reconnection to that divine flow of abundance that has been waiting for you all along. What if the key to your prosperity has been available all along, but in a place so simple that you've overlooked it? What if the transformation of your financial life begins not with complex strategies or lucky breaks, but with a sincere prayer that aligns your spirit with the original source of all abundance? Prayer is not merely asking for what we lack. True prayer is a realignment, a sacred conversation that restores our connection to divine abundance and removes the barriers we've unknowingly placed between ourselves and prosperity. It's not about convincing God to give us what we want. It's about opening ourselves to receive what has always been intended for us. The scripture reminds us, "And my God will meet all your needs according to the riches of his glory in Christ Jesus." These are not empty words, but a promise rooted in the nature of a creator who established abundance as the natural order. Look around at nature. Everything multiplies, seeds become forests, tiny beginnings become vast harvests. This same principle of multiplication was designed for your life too. Another profound wisdom teaches us that the blessing of the Lord brings wealth without painful toil for it. This isn't suggesting we don't work diligently, but rather that when we're aligned with divine blessing, our efforts yield supernatural returns. The strain and anxiety are replaced by guided productivity that bears abundant fruit. The prayer I'm about to share with you works on multiple levels simultaneously. First, it addresses the spiritual dimensions of prosperity, clearing blockages, aligning your spirit with divine abundance, and establishing your rightful place as an heir to blessing. At the same time, it works on your mental patterns, those deeply ingrained beliefs about money, worth, and possibility that may have limited you without your awareness. But this prayer doesn't stop at the spiritual and mental levels. It extends into the practical realm of your life, creating a new awareness of opportunity, guiding your decisions and opening your eyes to provision that may have been present but unrecognized. Ancient wisdom teaches that what we speak, we create. The words of this prayer are carefully chosen to create new pathways in your thinking and new possibilities in your experience. When spoken with sincere faith, even faith as small as a mustard seed, these words become creative forces that begin rearranging the spiritual and material elements of your life toward prosperity. What makes this particular prayer effective is that it doesn't just focus on what you want to receive, it transforms who you are in relation to prosperity. It shifts you from being someone constantly seeking abundance to someone naturally expressing it, attracting it, and circulating it. I want to be clear, this isn't magic, it's principle. Just as certain physical laws govern our material world, spiritual laws govern the flow of blessing and abundance. This prayer helps you align with those laws rather than unintentionally work against them. When I first encountered these principles and this prayer, I was in a place of deep financial distress. What changed first wasn't my bank account, it was my spirit. A peace came over my financial life, even before the outer circumstances shifted. Then, gradually but unmistakably, opportunities appeared, resources multiplied, and barriers dissolved. I've since shared this prayer with hundreds of others, and while everyone's journey is unique, I've witnessed remarkable transformations. Debts cleared, opportunities appearing, creative ideas leading to new income streams, and perhaps most importantly, the lifting of that heavy burden of financial anxiety. Are you ready to experience this for yourself? Are you willing to open yourself to a new relationship with prosperity through the power of this prayer? Before we move into the prayer itself, I want to invite you to prepare yourself, body, mind, and spirit, for this sacred moment. This isn't just about hearing words, it's about participating in a transformative experience that can become a turning point in your prosperity journey. First, find a quiet space where you won't be interrupted. If possible, silence your phone and minimize distractions. Your full presence amplifies the power of this experience. Now take 3 deep breaths. As you inhale, imagine drawing in divine abundance, not just as a concept, but as a tangible energy filling your lungs, your body, your being. As you exhale, release the tension, doubt, and past disappointments around your financial life. I invite you to place one hand over your heart. This simple gesture helps ground you in this moment and connects your physical body to the intentions you're about to set. Feel your heartbeat, the rhythm of life within you, constantly giving and receiving. As we prepare to enter this prayer together, I want you to think of one specific area where you most desire to see prosperity manifest in your life. It might be in your career, your business, a specific financial goal, or simply in creating a stable foundation for your family. Hold that intention gently but clearly in your heart. Now, if you feel comfortable doing so, please say these words aloud with me. I am open to receiving abundance in all forms. I release any barriers I've placed between myself and prosperity. In a moment, when we begin the prayer, I encourage you to either speak the words aloud with me or repeat them silently in your heart. Either way, allow yourself to feel them, to embody them, to let them become part of your consciousness. Remember, this is not just a passive listening experience. It's an active declaration of your willingness to step into a new relationship with prosperity. The words themselves carry power, but your participation and faith multiply that power exponentially. If you feel emotions arising during this prayer, whether tears, joy, or unexpected peace, allow them to flow. These emotions often signal the release of old patterns and the beginning of new possibilities. After our prayer time together, I'll invite you to take one simple but powerful action to anchor this experience in your daily life. This action step will help bridge the spiritual experience we're about to share with practical changes in your prosperity consciousness. Are you ready? Take one final deep breath, center yourself in this moment, and let's step together into this powerful prayer for prosperity. Divine Source of all abundance, I come before you now with an open heart and a sincere spirit. I acknowledge that all true prosperity begins with you, the creator of galaxies and giver of every perfect gift. Thank you for the abundance that already exists in my life, even in ways I may have overlooked. Today, I release the grip of financial fear that has held me for too long. I let go of the anxiety that constricts my ability to receive. I surrender the belief that there is not enough money, not enough opportunity, not enough blessing for me. These thoughts have never served me, and I now choose to release them completely. Can you feel that weight lifting already? That space opening within you where abundance can now flow? I confess that I have sometimes doubted your desire to prosper me. I have questioned whether I am worthy of abundance. I have carried beliefs about money and wealth that have created barriers between me and the prosperity you intend for me. Today, I ask for forgiveness and healing of these limiting perspectives. Divine Provider, I now open myself fully to receive. Like a flower turning toward the sun, I turn my entire being toward your abundant provision. I am ready to receive prosperity in expected and unexpected ways. I am alert to opportunity. I am receptive to divine ideas that create value and generate wealth. Feel that receptivity expanding within you now, your capacity to receive growing with each breath. I declare that financial strain is not my destiny. Constant struggle is not my inheritance. Worry about money is not the story you have written for me. I claim instead a birthright of abundance, enough to meet my needs, enough to fulfill my purpose, enough to share generously with others. Divine wisdom, illuminate the path of prosperity before me. Show me opportunities I have been blind to. Guide my decisions about resources. Help me to be a faithful steward of what I have, knowing that good stewardship multiplies blessing. Grant me creative ideas that solve problems and create value for others, opening new channels of income. Right now, I can sense new possibilities awakening in you, creative solutions and opportunities that have been waiting for this moment of receptivity. I pray for healing of my relationship with money itself. Where I have seen it as scarce, help me see it as flowing. Where I have seen it as a source of stress, help me see it as a tool for blessing. Where I have misused it, teach me wisdom. Where I have hoarded it in fear, teach me generous circulation. Divine Provider, prosper the work of my hands. Let everything I touch be blessed with increase. Let my efforts yield supernatural returns. Connect me with the right people, opportunities, and resources that will help me create and receive prosperity. Can you feel that blessing flowing through your hands right now? That potential for everything you touch to multiply in value? I release all jealousy toward those who prosper. Their abundance does not diminish what's available to me. Instead, I celebrate their prosperity as evidence of what is possible in my own life. The success of others inspires rather than threatens me. I forgive those who have harmed me financially or contributed to beliefs about scarcity in my life. I release all resentment about past financial injuries or injustices. These burdens have only hindered my own prosperity, and I choose to set them down completely. With each word of forgiveness, feel your capacity for receiving prosperity expanding even more. Divine Source, I thank you for the seeds of prosperity already planted in my life. Even if I cannot yet see their growth, I trust they are taking root. I water them with gratitude. I nurture them with expectation. I protect them with faith against doubts that would uproot them before their season of harvest. I declare that unexpected blessings are finding me now. Provision is coming from sources I haven't imagined. Debts are being canceled. Investments are multiplying. Opportunities are seeking me out. Divine ideas that create wealth are being downloaded into my consciousness. Feel the truth of these declarations resonating within you, calling forth your prosperity even now. I pray for the wisdom to recognize abundance when it comes in unfamiliar forms. Open my eyes to see provision I might otherwise miss. Open my mind to opportunities that might appear in unexpected packages. Divine Guide, show me if there are actions I need to take to walk through doors of prosperity. You are opening. Give me courage to step into new territory. Give me wisdom to invest wisely. Give me discernment to recognize true opportunities among distractions. I release all time-based frustration about my prosperity. I know that divine timing is perfect even when it differs from my preferred schedule. I trust the unfolding of abundance in my life, knowing that some harvests require seasons of patient tending. Can you feel that peace replacing anxiety? That trust replacing urgency? I declare that I am worthy of prosperity, not because of anything I have done, but because I am loved by you, Divine Creator. My worthiness is inherent, not earned. My abundance is my birthright, not a reward for perfect behavior. I now see myself as a channel through which prosperity flows, not just to me, but through me to bless others. The more I receive, the more I can give. The more I am blessed, the more I can become a blessing. Today, I align myself completely with divine prosperity. I synchronize my thoughts, my emotions, my expectations, and my actions with the abundant universe you have created. Like a sailor raising sails to catch the wind, I position the sails of my life to catch the winds of blessing. You are already sending my way. Feel that alignment happening within you now, a harmonizing of your entire being with the frequency of abundance. I am grateful that even as I pray, transformation is already beginning. New patterns are being established. Old limitations are dissolving. The very fabric of my financial reality is being rewoven according to divine patterns of plenty. Thank you for the peace that comes from knowing my prosperity is in your hands, hands of infinite provision and perfect wisdom. I rest in that assurance now, even as I remain actively engaged in the unfolding of your abundance in my life. Divine source of all wealth, I receive your prosperity now. It flows to me easily, it manifests perfectly, it blesses me, and through me blesses many others. And so it is. Amen. Stay in this peaceful state of receptivity as we reinforce the transformation that has begun within you. The prayer you've just participated in is already working at levels beyond your conscious awareness, restructuring your relationship with prosperity, dissolving barriers, and creating new pathways for abundance to flow into your life. I want you to see yourself standing on the threshold of a new financial reality. Behind you lie the struggles, the disappointments, the constant strain of never quite having enough. Before you stretches a landscape of sufficiency, of opportunity, of resources aligned perfectly with your needs and purpose. I believe with absolute certainty that this new reality is already unfolding for you, not someday in a distant future, but beginning in this very moment. The shifts may be subtle at first, a new idea here, an unexpected opportunity there, a renewed sense of possibility where resignation once lived, but they are real and they are multiplying. Where once there were walls between you and financial ease, doorways are appearing. Where once there was scarcity, consciousness limiting what you could imagine for yourself, there is now expansive thinking that allows prosperity to find you. I declare that your days of constant financial worry are ending. The heaviness that has accompanied your thoughts about money is lifting. In its place comes a lightness, a certainty, a knowing that you are supported by forces greater than any temporary circumstance. See yourself moving through your day with that certainty, checking your bank account without anxiety, making financial decisions from wisdom rather than fear, recognizing opportunities that previously would have been invisible to you. I declare that unexpected sources of prosperity are being activated in your life. Money that has been tied up is being released. People who can open doors of opportunity are being drawn to you. Resources that have been dormant are awakening. Ideas with income potential are taking shape in your mind. Visualize these sources of prosperity. See them as streams of golden light converging toward you from different directions, some from sources you've anticipated and others from completely unexpected origins. I declare that the fruit of your labor is multiplying. Where your efforts once yielded minimal returns, they now produce abundance. The value you create is being recognized and rewarded at new levels. Your unique gifts are connecting with those who benefit from them and gladly compensate you for their worth. See yourself receiving compensation that reflects the true value of what you offer, not just adequate payment, but generous recognition of your contribution. I declare that debts that have burdened you are diminishing. Solutions to financial challenges are emerging. Resources are appearing at exactly the right moment to meet your needs. The constant pressure of financial urgency is being replaced by a rhythm of timely provision. Visualize those debts as heavy chains that are now falling away, leaving you free to move forward unencumbered, your energy reclaimed for creative and productive purposes rather than constant financial worry. I declare that your prosperity consciousness is expanding permanently. You are no longer defining yourself by past financial limitations. You are no longer identifying with struggle. You are stepping into your identity as someone who naturally attracts, creates, and circulates abundance. See yourself standing taller, walking with greater confidence, speaking with the quiet assurance of someone who knows they are supported by an abundant universe. I declare that your relationship with giving is transforming alongside your ability to receive. As prosperity flows to you, it also flows through you, creating a beautiful cycle of receiving and giving that continually expands your capacity for both. Visualize yourself experiencing the joy of generosity, the deep satisfaction of being able to meet needs, create opportunities, and share blessing with others from your own abundance. I declare that divine timing is at work in your prosperity journey. The perfect orchestration of events, opportunities, connections, and resources is unfolding according to a wisdom greater than your own planning. You can rest in this perfect timing even as you remain actively engaged with the opportunities before you. See yourself moving in harmony with this divine timing, neither rushing anxiously ahead nor dragging reluctantly behind, but flowing in perfect synchronization with the rhythm of abundance that is now your natural state. I believe these declarations with such conviction because I have witnessed their manifestation in my own life and in the lives of countless others who have aligned themselves with these same principles. These are not empty words or wishful thinking. They are statements aligned with the spiritual laws that govern prosperity. The transformation has already begun within you. It is real, it is powerful, and it is just the beginning of your new relationship with prosperity. As we come to the close of this sacred time together, I want you to take a moment to notice how you feel. Perhaps there's a new lightness in your chest where financial heaviness once resided. Perhaps there's a quiet certainty warming your spirit, a knowing that your relationship with prosperity has fundamentally shifted. Hold on to this feeling. This is not the temporary high of wishful thinking. This is the authentic resonance of your spirit recognizing truth. This feeling is a compass that will guide you forward as your prosperity journey unfolds. The prayer we've shared today is not a one-time event, but the beginning of a new conversation between you and the source of all abundance. I encourage you to return to these words in the days ahead, especially in moments when old doubts or fears attempt to resurface. Let this prayer become a sanctuary you can enter whenever you need to realign with prosperity consciousness. There is something powerful I'd like you to do within the next 24 hours to anchor this experience. Find a small token or symbol that represents prosperity to you. It might be a coin, a crystal, a leaf, or simply a card with the word abundance written on it. Place this where you'll see it daily, perhaps on your desk, your nightstand, or your bathroom mirror. Let it serve as a physical reminder of the spiritual connection you've established today. When you see this token, pause for just a moment to take a deep breath and say these simple words: I am open to receiving prosperity now. This tiny ritual, repeated daily, will reinforce the neural pathways and spiritual connections we've established today. Remember that you are not alone on this journey. The same divine presence that inspired this prayer remains with you, continuing to guide you toward prosperity in all its forms. And there are others walking a similar path, seeking not just financial ease, but true abundance of spirit that overflows into material blessing. I believe in the transformation that has begun in you today. I believe in the prosperity that is finding its way to you through both expected and unexpected channels. I believe that months from now, you'll look back on this moment as a turning point, the day when your relationship with abundance fundamentally shifted. May your path forward be illuminated with opportunity. May your heart remain open to receiving. May prosperity find you in ways that surprise and delight you. And may the abundance that flows to you become a blessing that extends far beyond your own life. Thank you for sharing this sacred time with me. Until we meet again, may you walk in the certainty of divine prosperity that is already yours.